know that,
Second
Bernie.
of all,
we'll come to you in a second,
I do know it. I wrote the damn bill.
And that was the nice stuff. 2020 Democrats battling over a lot of the programs championed by the likes of Bernie Sanders, so he was obviously a target, but he gave a lot back as well. We've got Republican strategist Joseph Pinion, the third with us, the Wall Street Journal's Jillian Melcher, and last but certainly not least, Democratic strategist Kristen Hawn. So, Kristen, how did it go last night? Who got the better of all of this last night?
I don't know, man. I think here's the thing. We've got, I don't want to sound like a terrible Democrat saying this. I think, I'm glad to see there was a stark difference between your Bernie Sanders, who I think his policies are completely undoable. His Medicare for all is not going to happen. But
any more or less so than Elizabeth Warren's?
No, either of them. Okay. Either of them. But you actually saw the contrast with some of the more moderate wing of the party kind of coming out there. So that's I think was a good thing. But I think conventional wisdom is that Senator Warren was the winner, but I'm not really on that page.
It's interesting. It was the first night I could remember, Jillian. Of course, we haven't seen too many of these where moderates were heard, alternatives to the progressive side of the party. There's nothing wrong with that, but that sounds like, well, let's go slow.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting that we're seeing this ideological debate within the Democratic Party manifesting itself on the debate stage. You had Democrats coming forward with these very bold socialist, radical proposals, and then on the other hand, the moderates going and saying, well, how are you going to pay for this? This is fairy tale policy. And I'm glad we're actually having that debate. I think, it was interesting watching Bernie and Warren stick together on it. I thought that brought out some of the contrast in their personalities. Him throwing his hands up, good
right.
sense of
I
humor.
love that. Yeah.
Her saying, on the other hand, it's not funny someone died, I thought didn't come across as well.
No.
But yeah, I think the division is ideological, and we'll see what the voters choose. This is a moment.
It's interesting. You don't read too much into figures that are scored overnight, but John Delaney, the congressman who got in that tiff, not only with Elizabeth Warren, but Bernie Sanders, right. He was raising some money over the last hour.
Yeah, I think that Democrats have long tried to pretend that there is no ideological division, that everybody is tilting left in the same way that AOC might be tilting left. And I think that, first of all, we had a governor stand up for the first time. Will a real governor please stand up? Bullock showed up on stage for the first time in these debates, and he sounded like a Democrat of yesterday, sounded like a young Bill Clinton, people talking about the fact that you can be progressive and also at the same time have common sense. That is something that really sounds alien to many Americans right now who listen to Democrats on a day-to-day basis. So I think that's really what was striking on that stage. I think that, again, you have individuals like Marianne Williamson, who's preaching the new American doctrine of love.
Right.
And I think that she was the most Googled person last night. Of all those people on the stage, it's the second time in as many debates that she's been on stage.
Good reasons, though.
And, so I think that there's an opportunity now for Democrats to reflect and possibly recognize some of the things that their own leaders are telling them.
Well, someone pivoted there, right, on this. The fact that before it was all one way, right? Mm-hmm. So I guess what I'm trying to get a sense of, Kristen, from you for tonight is whether the candidates in the debate tonight see this robust debate, whether you like it or not, between moderates and more progressives within the party continues tonight, because Joe Biden, that's his calling card.
Yeah, and I think that you will see it continue tonight with Biden leading the effort in the kind of moderate space.
To moderate it down.
Yeah, and he knows his team is good. They're looking at the numbers, and I know I sound like a broken record, but if you look at the midterms, they weren't that long ago. How did the Democrats win? They did not win with the folks on the far left, and I don't care.
You wouldn't know it from Biden, though, the way he's been espousing a lot of these bigger causes.
Right? And you've got to walk that line, right? We've all got to run a primary, and then you have to run back to the center in the general. But
so he's running more back to the old Joe Biden, then, not apologizing for stuff or doing any of that.
I'd be interested. So I thought last night was very much a debate about economics, where the Democratic Party is. I think tonight we can expect it to be much more cultural. You've got the Democratic Party doubling down in many ways, especially the progressive wing, on identity politics. That's a weak spot for Biden. I think he's going to get attacked on both sides, from Harris and Booker. And I'll be interested to see how he deals with it.
His name was never mentioned last night, or rarely, right?
Yeah.
So that was weird.
He was a non-entity last night.
Yeah, I think that realistically, he's not the stalking horse that people want him to be. Honestly, I think that the two linchpins we're looking at right now are Senator Sanders, and we're also looking at the fact that of someone with Kamala Harris. Because Kamala Harris right now, as I said before, the money that she needs, that money is going to Biden. The voters that she needs, a lot of them, she's the second choice right alongside with Elizabeth Warren. I think Elizabeth Warren did a good job of establishing herself yesterday, putting the pressure back on Harris to actually have to keep pounding away, because otherwise she might keep losing ground to what has been a resurgent Warren campaign.
All right. We are told, by the way, that after the debate, we'll be looking at, especially given the restrictions of the next debate, a smaller pool of potential candidates to be the nominee. Now, if that is the case, then who has the advantage? We'll weigh that after this.